Hello, my love. I hope this finds you so amazingly well. I'm super excited to be popping on to give you a lower body extravaganza with just your body. You don't need anything else and the floor. So come on down. If you need extra padding underneath you, feel free to grab a yoga mat, double it up, grab a blanket, grab a towel. Yeah. Give your wrists a few little rolls. And if you're just arriving onto the ground, we're going to take our fingers nice and wide, index fingers straight ahead. Knees are going to be under hips for this first part. And we're going to go ahead and tuck our toes and very gently start to rev forward and back to get into those tootsies. Yeah, those feet, the foundation of your body, girl, the foundation of your body. Nice. And then go ahead and flatten the feet and actively push the top of the ankles, yes, into the ground. Good. Take another big breath there. And then we're going to drop onto the forearms to give our wrists a little break. We're going to extend that left leg back behind you, tuck the toes, lift out of your shoulders, maybe give your head a little shake, and then push actively so that as you push back with that left heel, that entire back leg line from your Achilles, your heel, your Achilles, up your two calf muscles, your soleus and gastrocnemius are all going, yes. They might even be saying, hey, boo, hey. Yeah. So nice little press back there. Take a little rev forward and back. And another little press back and hold. Good. And again, lift out the shoulders, give that head a little shake. Take a nice big breath there, just like, ooh, yes. Maybe even a vacation sigh. Maybe you'll come on retreat with me one day if you haven't already, or maybe you'll come to another one, right? Gosh, so good. And then take another big breath. And we're going to take that left leg out to the side. You're going to be more or less in line with your hip. If you're a little tighter, you might be a little bit lower, but otherwise more or less on the hip. Toes are going straight ahead like little arrows, matching the fingers. And then you're going to go ahead and take a rev forward and back. Nice, slow, steady, no rush at all. Amazing. And you have a choice to keep going here. If you want a little added extra upper body bonus, you're going to sit back just a little bit. Hands can either go into what I call the I Dream of Genie, so bending the elbows, stacking the forearms, or maybe extending the arms out for puppy pose-esque, you know. If you're doing that, go ahead and melt the heart down, pull the hips back. And if that feels like too much and you just want that low body focus, which is what I promised you today, go ahead and just stay as you are. Yeah. Good. Take one more huge breath there. Go ahead and release. Take that left leg back on in. We're going to do those two things with side number 2. So then take your right leg on back, tuck your toes, nice little lift out of your shoulders, maybe a little shake of the head, maybe some random raspberry lips. Push that heel nice and deep back. So you're getting that ah. And again, you're focusing on that entire back leg line. I'm just going to remind you, or maybe you don't know, maybe you're brand new to me. I'm Heather Lane, by the way. I'm a super wellness nerd. I love all things body, mind, and heart. But there is connective tissue, randomness, from the sole of the foot all the way up the back leg line, all the way up into the low back. What? Take a little rev forward and back to get some movement happening. Good. And then push back and hold again. Ah, right? Good. And if you've been wearing high heels or running on pavement or walking uphill, you know, all the things, running by the lake. I mean, just those things we need to give back to our bodies. Yeah. Go ahead and take that right leg out to the side, toes straight ahead, more or less in line with that hip. And again, maybe add that little rock forward and back. Take a nice big breath. In fact, take the biggest breath of your whole day so far. Right, so good. And if you did the bonus upper body stretch on side 1, go ahead and lightly sink the hips back, walk those hands up, either in puppy pose-esque or in I Dream of Genie. And if you're revving back and forth, awesome, keep that going. If you're doing the arm addition, melt the heart down, pull the hips back. Take a nice big breath there. Good. And then we'll go ahead and meet back in center. Good. From here, and again, you might want to pad extra on the knees. We've done a nice little opening for the back leg line. Now we're going to do a nice little opening for the front leg line and the hip flexor. So go ahead and take your left leg forward, pat under your right back knee if you need to. Take your hands to your front left thigh. And I like to always go a little bit wider so I'm not dealing with as much balance. We're going to take a few little revs forward and back. Oh, hello, right hip flexor. Do you feel that? Good. As you're ready, go ahead and come down and through. Activate it a little deeper by squeezing that back right glute. Do you feel that? Now, most of us are going to want to stay right here. heart lifted, breathing, loving, lengthening, especially if you're seated a lot. When we're seated, we have this contraction that's always happening. So we're in that nice little opening there. If you're a little bit more open and you want more, you can drop your right hand down, your right hip through, and then I like to add a little baby opening of the left toes on a diagonal, and then a press out. So I'm actually getting a little stretch to that left front hip as well. Same thing if you're at the top, heart is forward if you're at the bottom as well. Yeah. Ah, so good, so good. Take one more huge breath here. And then go ahead and slowly, gently come back. We're going to shift our weight on back and swap our sides. Forward and back. And once again, take that right foot, this time a little bit wider. Take your hands to your front thigh. Take a few little revs forward and back. We'll come it down and through. Good. We'll give that back left glute a little squeeze. We'll lift that heart energy. Sometimes your sides want different things, so honor that. If you want that more, if you're like, bring it on, Heather, you're going to drop that left hip, hand down, left hip through, maybe the right toes lightly spin open the diagonal, pressing that area right at the base of the inner thigh, right above the knee, and going to that pinky edge. Lift that heart, breathe into it. And by the way, I'm making this recording when it's hell of hot in Oakland, so bear with me in my booty shorts. Hashtag fitness in my almost 50s, right? Woo, one more big breath. And go ahead and slowly, gently come back through center. Beautiful, my loves. So, so proud of you. Thank you so much for joining today. Just to remember that your triangle of fitness is about cardio, getting that heart rate up with dancing, running, rowing, biking, all those things. Strength training, yes, my area of expertise for women as we gracefully age. And we want to balance it out with that flexibility as well. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know how that felt. Bye.